Hello everyone, Mike here, and today we're going to be looking at my entire Black Sabbath CD collection so far. There might be more to add here, I don't know, but it's a lot, so I would show you two guys. So let's begin. So first off, we're going to be splitting them into three categories: the studio albums, the compilation albums, and the live albums. So yeah, we're going to start off with the studio albums, and we're going to start where it all began in early 1970 with the self-titled Black Sabbath album. So yeah, I got this a while ago. So so on the front we have the woman in the thin black cloak, along with the Black Sabbath name at the top left, and the English house behind the woman and the trees. On the back we have the songs. Hold on a second, I'm gonna turn off my computer. Okay, now my laptop is off. Let's continue. So on the back we have some extended artwork, which is nice, and songs, which is Black Sabbath, The Wizard, Wasp, Behind the Wall Sleep, Basically an NIB, Wicked World, A Better Finger, Sleeping in Belgium Morning. Now the cool thing about this album is in the UK they don't have Wicked World. They have Evil Woman Don't Play Your Games With Me, which is a cover of a song by Crow. So yeah. Anyways, inside we have the disc. It was produced by Roger Bain, which is nice. I don't know if you can see that well because of the light. That's fine. Here, wait, let me bring the camera up. There we go. So yeah. Along with the English cemetery on the left, and in this little socket, or this little pocket, whatever, we have the CD booklet, which contains a lot of stuff in it. Yeah, so on the front, there's like this English house. The back is when we just extend the artwork. Sorry about the construction. And over here is the poem that is included with every album. So yeah. Along with what the band said about the album. Like what they had to say for the album, like interview reports, newspaper headlines, and just some stuff about the album. Here's a picture of the band, and on the bottom we have the singles of the album and those single album covers, which is in this case on side A it was Evil Woman, and on side B was Wicked World, which is nice. Yeah, and throughout the world, here are the different releases. So yeah. Oh, we have another picture of the band. We have what was the Amarique show in London. They played after Terry Reid. So anyways, moving on. Another picture of the band. The band in the recording studio. Another picture. Oh wait, that's the this is a different release. It has Iron Man and Wicked World. So and some more stuff. And finally, the credits for the songs. The producer, who was Roger Bain, and Ozzy Osbourne playing the piano. That's nice. And that's it for the self-title. Now we're going to move on into late 1970, which they released Paranoid. Moving on to late 1970, I think around September, they released Paranoid. Which this album originally wanted to be called War Pigs, but at the time this was really being recorded, the Vietnam War was still going on, so the record label rejected the name. So, they substitute with Paranoid. So yeah, on the front we have a war pig, who's supposed to, which is just a guy in just winter trunks, a shield, and it was a shield and a sword, along with a helmet, with the Warner Records the Warner Bros. License on the top left. This is the deluxe expanded edition, as you can see on the side. Yeah. See it. Hold on, I gotta fall. Some extended artwork. On the back we have the songs, which has, this is a 2-disc set, which has the original album and bonus tracks. The original album was War Pigs, Paranoid, Planet Caravan, Iron Man, Electric Funeral, Hand of Doom, Rat Salad, and Thursday Boots. On disc 2, the instrumentals, there were instrumentals of War Pigs, Iron Man, Electric Funeral, Hand of Doom, and Thursday Boots. Rat Salad had its alternate remix, or alternate mix, and Paranoid and Planet Caravan had its alternate lyrics. What? Sorry. Inside though we have what do you call these, panels? One side in here is the original album, Vertigo advertisement. I have it on I have it as a poster. See right there, which is nice. With disc 1, and in here is disc 2, which is nice. Oh, and there's something cool. Underneath disc 1, whoops. As you can see, underneath disc 1, you can see like a take box for side 1 of the songs, which are War Pigs, Paranoid, Planet Caravan, and Iron Man. Under side 2, or under disc 2, I should say, is side 2, which is Electric Funeral, Hand of Doom, Rat Salad, and Thursday Boots. So, yeah. And in here is the CD booklet for the album. I'm gonna move that off to the side. Move that off over there. Here is a Vertigo advertisement. A single which had Paranoid and Rat Salad. There was a lot of singles for this album. Another single, Paranoid and Tomorrow's Dream. Paranoid Evil Woman, Paranoid Iron Man, Paranoid Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. And the most famous one, Paranoid and the Wizard. So, yeah, pictures of the band. Pretty much everything from the self-titled booklet. Australia's release and Portugal's release. This one is different because it has the same font as the Volume 4 remaster, which you can see right here. See how here, right? See how similar that looks? And we'll get to Volume 4 later on in the video. So yeah, notice that, and, you know, weird. More stuff. And the credits, and the songs again. And the credits, Roger Bain produced this album again. So, anyways, that's all for Paranoid. And we're going to move on 1 year later in 1971, where Master of Reality came out. Yeah, 1971, Master of Reality came out, and, yeah. On the front, we have, the Black Sabbath Master of Reality, Warner's Records license. On the back, we have the, songs, which are Sweet Leaf, After Forever, Embryo, Children of the Grave, Orchid, Lord of this World, Solitude, and Into the Void. So, yeah. Disc again. Under here, just like Paranoid, it's, it has a take box, but it's only for side 2. As you can see here, so there's Orchid, Lord of this World, Solitude, and Into the Void, which I think is kind of cool. I'll put this back. And here's, oops, and I'll show you the CD booklet. I think from now on, there's going to be, some stuff in here. I think from here on there, there's going to be, stuff that I there's gonna be some stuff from other languages on an album cover that I do not know. So if you do know, I would appreciate if you can leave a comment saying what it is. So yeah. Inside though, we have the booklet. This was the poster that was issued with the initial pressings of the LP. More stuff. Vertigo's vinyl release. So this is what it looked. This is the record label for the vinyl of Vertigo. How It's For, American Survive by Ozzy Osbourne. Brazil's album release, which I think is kind of colorful. This is an interesting one. This is the DJ Promo Maxi 45, which is the new albums that was coming out at the time, and Black Sabbath got mentioned with Children of the Grave. So yeah. News headlines, picture of the band. Okay, this is the translation part. I don't know what that says, as you can see here. Sorry, my hands are shaking. So yeah. So like I said, if anyone knows what that means, please feel free. Please comment that in the comments below. So yeah. I think the singles for this album was Sweet Leaf and Into the Void. But some of them are Lord of this World and Solitude. So yeah. Ooh, ticket. I do have one. I don't think it was. Well, I mean, it is a ticket for Black Sabbath. As you can see in the Black Sabbath Wall of Fame, there's one for Tampa, Florida. I think it's cool. The credits once more, the lyrics, and the songs. Roger Bain produced this album again, but this was his last album that he produced anything for Black Sabbath, because the first 3 albums were done in the UK, which I will explain, because in 1972 Volume 4 came out. Here's Volume 4, and like I said, Roger Bain did not produce this album, and that was in the UK, so the band went to the US and produced it at Record Plant Studios. So yeah. On the front, that we have the Black Sabbath Volume 4, which is a famous text font, along with Ozzy Osbourne on the front, Warner record license. On the back, we have the songs: Wheels of Confusion, Tomorrow's Dream, Changes, FX, Supernaut, Snowblind, Cornucopia, Laguna Sunrise, St. Vitus Dance, and Under the Sun. So yeah. Inside, we have the olive label again, along with some, I guess, extended artwork. But, like, you see how it's, like, drawn on, and, like, they're doing this, and it's, like, the same pose that Ozzy's doing. So, yeah. Here's the booklet with, I think, Tony Iommi. That is, yeah, it looks like a guitar strap, I guess. Whoops. The singles here were Tomorrow's Dream and Laguna Sunrise. So, yeah, it says here, after 3 records working with producer Roger Bain in the UK studios, now the foursome not only elected to produce the next album themselves without any involvement from Bain, but also decided to do it at Record Plant Studios in Los Angeles. So yeah. The singles: Ozzy Osbourne, Tony from 2 different angles. Tony Iommi. Artwork or live concert. Billboard, Geezer Butler. Singles again. And yeah, the credits. Now, yeah, they produced this with Patrick Meehan. So yeah. That was pretty quick, really. And now we're going to be moving to 1973, in November of 1973, with Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. I'm gonna admit right now, it's probably one of my favorite albums there is, with all of those with all of the songs, like Sabbath, Black Sabbath, Killing Yourself to Live, you know, all the good stuff. Oh yeah, so on the front we have the illustration. I don't know if the camera can get that. Yeah, okay. And this is made by a guy named Drew Stugen. Where if you look under this rat's tail, you could see his signature. It's on every copy, so yeah. Don't feel like, oh my god, you have like one of them, like, you know, like, oh my god, you have a signed copy. Like, no, this was in every copy. Yeah, so Warner license. On the back we have some more artwork. I don't know what the signature is in this one. But we have the songs, which is Sabbath, Black Sabbath, Inertia Acrobat, Fluff, Sabracadabra, Killing Yourself to Live, Who Are You, Looking for Today, and Spiral Architect. This time it was engineered by Mike Butcher, not... Oh, and the record label changed this time. Like the first 4 records that had this olive green texture, which as you can see here, but in around this like late 70s or the early 70s, they changed it to like scenery. I think it's supposed to be like Hollywood or something. I don't know. In here is the booklet. Now, this single, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath and Changes, I do actually have. Let me grab it for you a sec. I have it right here. On side A is Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, but it's edited. And I did this with the Black Sabbath and the sides and the credits, you know. I did. And on side B is Changes. I just let the back link because it came both sides of the single, like this packaging, like it came blank. So that's how I get creative, you know. So yeah, back with the CD booklet. We're back with the booklet and yeah, more releases, and right here it says award emits. This is my favorite. Sorry, this album cover is my favorite in the Sabbath collection. I couldn't stop looking at it over and over again after the album's release, which I think is pretty cool. Band. Another picture of the band. This is what was inside of the CD. So yeah, I'll close it up. Lyrics. More singles. And Japanese release, I think. Like I said, like if anyone knows what that bottom text, this white text right here. If anyone knows what that says, please let me know. And yeah, that's the credits. This was engineered by Mike Butcher, like I said. Sorry. Moving on to 1975 with Sabotage. This is another album produced by Mike Butcher. Sorry. So yeah. I'm not gonna show you the inside of or the CD booklet because it is very hard to make out, and because there was like the text was overlapping the advertisements and you couldn't see it, and it was all like Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath advertisements, so it's not really gonna be interesting. So on the front we have pictures of the band, looking at yourself in the mirror, Black Sabbath, Sabotage, Warner Records license. On the back, we have the songs Hole in the Sky, Don't Start Too Late, Symphony Universe, Megalomania, Thrill of It All, Superstar, Am I Going Insane Radio, and The Red. This features some of the heaviest songs in there. So, a picture of the band, I think. And, yeah, the CD again, with that nice Hollywood scenery label. And yeah, it's all for Sabotage. Like I said, I'm not going to show you the CD booklet because you could barely make out the text. So yeah. Moving on to 1976 with Technical Ecstasy. Here it is right here. On the front, we have the Black Sabbath Technical Ecstasy with, yeah, if you know, you know. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get striked. But Ozzy Osbourne said what it was. I'm not gonna say though. So I recommend you Google what the technical ecstasy sleeve is. So yeah, with the Warner's record license, I mean, like once you find the result, like it doesn't look like it, but you know, I'm not gonna say it either way. We have pictures of the band. Ozzy, Tony, Geezer, Bill. With the songs, Backstreet Kids, You Won't Change Me, It's Alright, Gypsy, All Moving Parts Stand Still, Rock and Roll Doctor, She's Gone, and Dirty Women. Inside, another scenery label. So yeah. And here's the booklet. Again. Here's the world tour. I think it's cool. Of 1976, 1977. The Argentina release. I think I know what that says. I think it's just technical ecstasy. The singles for this album, which was Rock and Roll Doctor and It's Alright. The cartoon was based off of Pictures of the Man. More Pictures of the Man. Another single with Gypsy and She's Gone. This one right here, I don't know what those say. I think I know what the first one says, 30 Days of Rock. But I don't know what that last one says. So yeah. Then another It's Alright Rock and Roll Doctor single. The credits, and that's it. Oh, and about this album, it was produced by Robin Black, and it was also, and the vocals on It's Alright were done by Bill Ward. And then the final studio album before Ozzy Osbourne left the band was Never Say Die in 1978. Here it is. This is not the this is a different, I don't know how to say this. This is not like a remaster version. I think this is an original version. I might get a remaster. I don't know. So yeah. On the front we have the two pilots and the plane behind them. One red, one yellow. The Black Sabbath Never Say Die. On the back we have a picture of the yellow pilot and the plane. And the songs, which is Never Say Die, Johnny Blade, Junior's Eyes, A Hard Road, Shockwave, Air Dance, Over to You, Break Out the Chain, and Swing It. Or Break Out and Swing It the Chain. Engineered by Dave Harris. There we go. And here, the booklet, it just has the song tracks again. And, yeah, the, what's it called? The CD. However, I think I have the vinyl for Never Say Die, and it has some stuff inside that I think was mentioned in the, remastered Never Say Die, so hold on a sec. Yeah, here's the vinyl and what's inside. Here's the singles. I think it's A Hard Road and Symptom of the Universe. And Haha Road. And it says right here. Yeah, just a bunch of stuff. Yeah. And that's really it for Never Say Die. I have nothing else to say about the album. Go in the void. So let's move on with one more studio album that Black Sabbath produced in 2013, which was called, well, 13. Here it is right here. On the front we have like a holographic kinda font. This is not from Warner Records. This is from Vertigo. Vertigo Records. This is nice. On the back we have the songs, which was At the Beginning, God is Dead, Loner, Zeitgeist, Age of Reason, Live Forever, Damn Soul, and Dear Father, all on side one. On side two is Methodemic, Peace of Mind, and Pariah. I think Peace of Mind was the name of an Iron Maiden album. So, in here, the two discs, the booklet is underneath here. There's not going to be any text, really. I mean, there is, like, nothing of the band's opinion of the album. But, there'll be some lyrics. Inside is Ozzy Osbourne. The lyrics to the first 4 songs, the lyrics to the last 4 songs of disc 1. Picture of Tony and Geezer, or everyone playing. Billboard wasn't in this album for whatever reason. Disc 2 lyrics, another picture of the band playing. And honorable mentions from Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi, and Geezer Butler. So, I think this one was produced by Rick Rubin. So, okay, that is all the studio albums for Black Sabbath. Now we're gonna move on to their live albums, which I have 3 of. So yeah, we're gonna start and we're gonna go back in time in 1974, which was the gap between after Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, but before Sabotage. So yeah, we'll start with Live at Last. Here's Live at Last with on the front we have the I have no clue what that is, I'm gonna be honest. On the back we have songs that were done at this concert, which is Tomorrow's Dream, Sweet Leaf, Killing Yourself to Live, Cornucopia, Snowblind, Children of the Grave, War Pigs, Wicked Road, and Paranoid. Inside, I mean, that's just a little card with the CD. That's really it for this one. And then moving on to 1978, before Ozzy Osbourne left the band, they had one final tour before everything changed, which was the Never Say Die tour. So yeah, on the front we have Ozzy Osbourne and Tony Iommi. That's the Black Sabbath Never Say Die tour in 1978. On the back we have the songs, which is Symphony Universe, Never Say Die, Snowblind, Shockwaves, Black Sabbath, 30 Women, Rock and Roll Doctor, drum solo, a guitar jam. I think the drum solo might be Rat Salad, because that's what Rat Salad is often referred to. Electric Funeral, Iron Man, Ferris Boots, Children of the Grave, and Paranoid. So yeah. Inside, the disc, along with some advertisements of the album. And I will show you guys the booklet. It's not going to be much, but it'll have to work. Yeah, so here's a picture of the band playing. There was a special guest though. You may have heard of him, Van Halen. So yeah, I thought it was kind of cool, Van Halen. So yeah. I probably got to change the door, the little door hinge here, because you see how it's cracked. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to change that, but it shouldn't be too hard to find a new one. So yeah. Alright, I'm gonna save the other live album for last because it is a lot of stuff. So yeah. We're gonna move on to compilation albums for now. I have 3 compilation albums, but technically 4 because you're actually gonna be looking at the CD that I made for my album, Wicked World, 1970 to 1978, which I think you guys will like. So yeah, we're going to start off, though, in 2019, where this wasn't really released on CD, but it is Monomania. So while Black Sabbath was in America, they produced a bunch of singles, and this combines all of those singles. And on the front, we have like this packaging. It looks like you got a vinyl. So yeah, along with this little winged creature, who is often referred to as Henry, who's also considered the fallen angel. So yeah. On the back we have the songs. Some of these are edited, some of these are not. So yeah. I will tell you if they are edited. So yeah. We have Evil Woman, Don't Play Your Games With Me, Wicked World, The Wizard, Iron Man, edited. Paranoid, Into the Void, edited. Sabbath, edited. It's Alright, and a radio spot for Black Sabbath. There we go. Inside we have the disc. Now, I'm not gonna look in the here because literally it is nothing. Look. Nothing. So yeah. Yeah, it's really a 4. Why can't this get back in there? There we go. Yeah, now we're gonna move on to one of my favorite albums. I just recently got it for set. I have also have a vinyl for whatever reason, which is We Sold Our Soul for Rock and Roll. Yeah, this is it. This is missing a few songs because on the you tried them. I don't know why. Hold on, let me see. 2 tracks, Warning and Laguna Sunrise, which appear on the double album and cassette have been omitted so as to facilitate a single specifically priced compact disc, aka CD. Okay. And so on the front we have on the back we have songs which is Black Sabbath, The Wizard, Paranoid, War Pigs, Iron Man, Tomorrow's Dream, Farcical Boots, Children of the Stranges, Sweet Leaf, Children of the Grave, Sabbath Sabbath, Am I Going to Sing Radio, Snowblind, and NIB. So yeah. In here, open up, thank you. In here is the disc, and I will be showing you the booklet. I'm going to specifically show you this. But first, I would probably show you the first page. Even though it's just the tracks and it's credits. Yeah, this was found in the vinyl. I don't know who it is. I'll probably Google it. So yeah. Yeah, that's it for We Sold Our Soul for Rock and Roll, really. Oh yeah, the tracks, like I said earlier, Laguna Sunrise and Warning are missing, but also Wicked World was supposed to be here between I think it was after Iron Maiden, but before Tomorrow's Dream. So put that back in only. All right, moving on to my CD. It's not an official Black Sabbath one, but it is Wicked World, 1970 to 1978. Like I said, I did make this album. It was kind of a pain. Specifically getting the song list on the back. I had to open the entire thing up. So yeah. But getting this in there, the songs in the CD really wasn't a pain. So yeah. Yeah, so on the front we have the Black Sabbath, and I drew the Earth because I wanted to make it a Wicked World. So kind of went literal. So yeah. On the back we have the songs that I put on here, which was Killing Yourself to Live, Behind the Wall of Sleep, or NIB, Board Pigs, Rock and Roll Doctor, Black Sabbath, Sabbath Sabbath, Wicked World, Supernaut, Ferris for Boots, Hole in the Sky, Snowblind, Sweet Leaf, and Into the Void. So yeah. I kind of include the non-popular ones. So yeah. In here though is the is the disc. Yeah, give me a sec. I'm gonna hide my name because I wrote it on the bottom, but there's the disc. And yeah. And the last compilation album, which is The Symptom of the Universe. Yeah. On the front we have the original Black Sabbath Symptom of the Universe, 1970-1978 with Henry. On the back we have the songs. This is a 2-disc set. I'm pretty sure from vinyl it's going to be a lot more. Get in there. Thank you. So yeah, on disc 1 has Black Sabbath, NIB, The Wizard, Warning, Evil Woman, Paranoid, Iron Man, War Pigs, Fairies Wear Boots, Sweet Leaf, Children of the Grave, Into the Void, and Lord of this World. On disc 2 is After Forever, Snowblind, Laguna Sunrise, Changes, Tomorrow's Dream, Supernaut, Sabbath Sabbath, Fluff, Cyber Cadaver, Am I Going to Sing Radio, Symptom Universe, Hole in the Sky, Rock and Roll Doctor, Dirty Women, Never to Die, and A Harbor. In here is the disc set with the booklet, which I'm going to make this really quick for the booklet. Alright. There we go. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was awesome. Okay, anyways, moving on, we have, disc 1. The Master of Reality poster. And Ozzy Osbourne reading something about sabotage. Is the camera getting this? Okay. On just 2, we have the band again. What is this? Oh, okay. Underneath, I think it's well, somebody getting seafood. I think it's Geezer. So yeah. Anyways, on this finally for the final CD. This is a CD set, and this is the last one for the video. This is probably one of the biggest, most chunkiest pieces. War Pigs live 1970 to 1989. On the front we have Henry, but he's kind of like in a realistic form with the War Pigs live. I'm gonna open the disc, so I'm gonna open up so I can show you the songs. Starting off with disc 1, it has the first 4 were done at John Peel's Sunday Show, and on April 26, 1970, and the last 4 were done at the Beat Club at Bremen, Germany on May 25th, 1970. Black Sabbath, War Pigs, Ferris Wheel Boots, Behind the Wall Sleep, Black Sabbath, Paranoid, Iron Man, and Blue Suede Shoes, which is supposed to be a cover of a Elvis Presley song. Side 2, or disc 2, we have at the Olympia Theater in Paris on December 19th, 1970. Paranoid, Hand of Doom, Iron Man, Black Sabbath, NIB, Behind the Wall Sleep, War Pigs, and Ferris Wheel Boots. Disc 3 was at the Falcon Theatre in Copenhagen, Denmark on April 18th, 1971, which has NIB, the War Pigs, Black Sabbath, Iron Man, Into the Void, Paranoid, and Ferris Wheel Boots. Disc 4, Tomorrow's Dream, Sweet Leaf, Killing Yourself to Live, War Pigs, Snowblind, Sabracadabra Part 1, Supernaut, Iron Man, Orchid, Sabracadabra Part 2, and Paranoid. This was done at the California Jam. This was done at the Ontario Motor Speedway. Disc 5, Symptom of the Universe, War Pigs, Gypsy, Black Sabbath, All Moving Parts in Steel, Dirty Women, Drum Solo, Guitar Jam, Electric Funeral, Snowblind, Children's Grave. This is the War Memorial Cyrus and New York. Whoops. Disc 6, Snowblind, Black Sabbath, Dirty Women, Rock and Roll Doctor, Drum Solo, Guitar Jam, including Orchid and Sabbath Plays Sabbath, Electric Funeral, Iron Man, Ferris Wheel Boots, Children of the Grave, and Paranoid. Don Airy did keyboards. This was done at the Civic Center of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on September 2nd, 1978. This next one, there's Ronnie James Dio joined the band. Everyone else is the same. Okay, this is at Nakano Sun Plaza Hall at Tokyo, Japan. Neon Knights, NIB, Children of the Sea, Sweet Leaf, Drum Solo, Sweet Leaf, Reprise, Lady Evil, Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell, and Iron Man, with Geoff Nichols as keyboard. Next up, Disc 8 at the Harvard Civic Center in Hartford, Connecticut, on August 10th, 1980. War Pigs, Neon Knights, NIB, Children of the Sea, Sweet Leaf, and Black Sabbath. Okay, I'm almost done with the video. Disc 9, Harvard Civic Center, continued. Heaven and Hell, Iron Man, Die Young, Paranoid, and Children of the Grave. And finally, this is when Tony Martin joined the band, where everyone changed. Tony Martin was vocals, Neil Murray was bass, Cozy Powell was drums, and Geoff Nichols was keyboards, guitar, and backing vocals. At Kuzikin Hall, Osaka, Japan, on October 19th, 1989. Atlas Cross, Neon Knights, Mob Rules, Black Sabbath, Iron Man, Children of the Grave, Heaven and Hell, and Paranoid. And that is all of the Black Sabbath CDs. Like I said, this is only what I have so far. This is only Ozzy stuff. I will plan to get some non-Ozzy stuff. I guess I'm gonna start with stuff from Tony Martin. I'm currently looking for the Eternal Idol. So yeah. Yeah, that's really it for my Black Sabbath CD collection so far. If I do get more CDs, and I'm gonna post an update, I'm not gonna do I'm not gonna post like something like this, like a 40-minute video, but I'll post something else. I'll find a way around it. So yeah, yeah, that's it. Just make sure to check out. Just make sure to check out the Master Reality singles I released. I released Sweet Leaf, Children of the Grave, and Into the Void. So yeah. Anyways, that's it from me. Go and subscribe.